So I'm gonna make a DVD update, DVD and Blu-ray update, and I decided to be on camera for the first time since I don't know. Of course I have been on camera, but I made a few I made one video a few weeks ago like this, but and then I made vlogs too. And of course been filming myself, so I haven't been absent, but when I've been doing my DVD updates and unboxings and stuff, I've been behind the camera for the past 7 months. I'm not sure, but for quite a while. But I decided to be in front of the camera for this update, just to mix things up. I don't know. I don't know what you prefer. If you want, you can tell me if you prefer this, or if you want me to go back to you just seeing my hands. But I figured I'd do it like this today. So I have, well, 9 titles, I think. Yeah, gonna be as quick as possible. So starting with a movie called Howard the Duck, which I've understood, well, like most movies really, but this has a lot of divided opinions. Some people seem to think it's a major classic in a way. Some people, or a lot of people, think that it's a horrible movie. I can see why a lot of people would dislike this, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, especially it's so stupid, but it's a lot of fun, really. Like the last sequence especially did it for me, I guess you could say. The stop motion monster, and then before that there's sort of a chase sequence, which was kind of a lot of fun too. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed this. You know, it was a lot of fun. Then we got sort of a spaghetti western exploitation type movie, and it's called Manaya, and it's by Sergio Martino. I was kind of divided, I guess, when it came to this, kind of ambivalent. The first half or so, I don't know, I was kind of neutral or whatever. I don't know. Then as it kept going, and like at the 50-minute mark, I was really bored, so I decided to watch something else, and then I got back to this, and after that I really enjoyed it. So I think it depends in what mood I am when I watch a movie like this, because it's not a movie that I watch very often. It's not the type of movie that I watch very often. It ended up being okay, not great, but definitely worth watching. And if you like these movies, then this is probably a must-watch. And you probably have already seen it if you like these movies. But yeah, it's cheesy as hell. I mean, the music especially. I can't take the music seriously. His vocals, if you've seen the movie, it sounds really stupid. And the song is pretty cool, but I just wish that the vocals of the main song or whatever wasn't as dark. It just sounds so forced in a sense. I don't know how to explain it, but let's see. I got My Cousin Vinny, which been interested in for a while. I was kind of definitely not convinced by Marissa Tomei's Oscar-winning performance, but I think the reason why she won, of course, there are these theories that she didn't win, but she was probably the winner. I mean, I'm guessing. But so I think the reason that she won was there's the last sequence in the court. This takes place in the courtroom for maybe even half the movie. Well, almost anyway. And she does some great, well, some good acting, I guess, but she does a really good performance there towards the end. She's in the witness stand, or witness whatever it's called, and she's talking about very complicated things concerning cars and how they work and everything. And what she had to memorize for that sequence, I think might be a reason why she won, because that was pretty impressive. And I liked the movie, definitely, and Joe Pesci is great. Really enjoyed the courtroom sequences. Also have Ralph Macchio in it, and I love the opening sequence of this with him and a guy who looks like the guy who plays Jennifer Aniston's Rachel's in Friends, her ex-husband Barry or something, the dentist. I don't know if it's him, but it looks like him. Then we have a double feature of Richard Pryor stand-up. Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip and Richard Pryor Here and Now. And I've only watched this one right here. Did not care for it that much, I have to say. Some stuff definitely, goes over my head, or I just don't really get it. Some stuff were funny, definitely, and some stuff I just maybe I got, or maybe I just didn't think it was particularly funny. I don't know. It just didn't really work for me, so I didn't watch this. I didn't really feel like watching the other one too, because this is supposed to be the better one. This is supposed to be one of the best stand-up performances on video, as far as I know. I don't know. Not bad. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna say that Richard Pryor is a bad stand-up comedian. It just wasn't for me. And what else can I say? Well, I'm gonna save the shows for last. Well, I have a Blu-ray here. I have 3 shows after that, and I'm gonna finish actually with a Swedish movie. And I do that because it has English subtitles, and I always show them if it has English subtitles. So anyway, first is a Steelbook from Savi. It's 101 Dalmatians, which was a lot of fun to watch again. Haven't seen it in a long time. Yeah, I like the movie, definitely. I mean, of course, when you watch these movies, certain scenes you're reminded of the feeling you got when you were a child, impressionable and young and everything. So you kind of remember this sort of the feeling that you had when you saw these scenes, but you don't really feel the feeling anymore. You just know how you felt before. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm being too I don't know, but anyway, I enjoy the movie again. I definitely like it. Still, let's see. We got a couple of shows here, as I said. We have Suburgatory season 1. It actually kind of takes a lot for me. Well, maybe I just happen to buy the right shows that I just happen to like, but it doesn't happen that often that I buy a comedy show and I don't finish it, because I really enjoy sitcoms, but this, not that good. I don't know what it is. The main character here, she's a teenager, and she, with her dad, on his initiative, she doesn't like this at all, have moved to the suburbs, and according to her, the suburbs, they're very, very kind of like a plastic society, extremely superficial, and I mean, it's just I don't know, but that's sort of how I see the show. Not superficial, maybe, but just very stale, very once again, vocabulary fails. I don't know what word to use. It just, I guess I'm gonna have to be, I'm just gonna say that I don't like it. I think the episodes, they try to be creative, but say if you compare it to a show like Community, I got bored with that show in season 2 for some reason, but in season 1 I thought that a lot of the episodes were very creative, and it feels like they're trying to do something similar here, trying to mix the themes up, mix the moods up of the episodes, or if you know what I mean, but they fail because it's not original in the slightest. They just very sort of derivative, very just not original. Doesn't have to be original to be good, but it feels like the show tries to be original, and it's not. I did not like it. Another show I did not like, Brothers and Sisters. It wasn't compelling enough to keep watching, I guess. I watched maybe 5 episodes, and when I was on the 5th or 6th episode, I just, no, I'm not enjoying this, I'm gonna turn it off, and I did. And because I just did not like it that much. I don't know, just didn't grab me. Yeah. yeah. And then this show, however, I liked a lot, and I'm looking forward to getting season 2 of this. And it is The Walking Dead. Yeah, really, this is one of those shows definitely draws you into the show, into the atmosphere of the show, into their world. You definitely feel like you're among the characters. You don't, yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's not. It's far from my favorite show. I mean, it's only 6 episodes, so it's hard to have a show become a favorite of yours from only 6 episodes. But still, I think it has the potential to become a show that I'm really gonna praise in the future. Hopefully. Yeah, so I definitely like it. I'm not going to talk more about it. I'm just going to mention one thing which I thought was kind of funny. Of course, TV shows, they can't have the same budget, or they don't have the same budget as movies. They, so the CGI in the show, some of it looks absolutely horrible. That's kind of harsh, though. I mean, of course, horrible would be way worse, but just compared to what you're used to seeing, I guess. So, like, especially one shot. I think it's in the end of episode 1, maybe episode 2, but I think it's in the end of the first episode. But Rick Grimes, he's sort of in that this and the camera sort of zooms up, and you see as it zooms up further, the zombies far on the edges, they start to become computer animated. And it's so obvious, and it looks pretty horrible. It looks pretty bad. And then everything around it makes it look like a pretty cheap computer game, which just surprised me for some reason. I mean, I understand that they don't have the, you know, it is very ambitious, the show. A lot of special effects are needed, so scenes like that, you know, well, it was just interesting to me how cheap it looked. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. The last movie, Swedish movie, like I said, it's called Hela härligheten. Maybe you could translate this to The Full Monty. Maybe. It's a movie called The Full Monty too, but anyway. It's like a kind of a drama with some black comedy influences. Fairly visual movie, not fairly visual, I'd say, and it has English subtitles. So just thought that I would let you know. I thought it was pretty good, pretty interesting movie. So that's that for this time. Again, tell me if you prefer. I mean, I'm not going to be offended if you don't like this format or whatever. If you want me to go back to filming on the tripod, you know, like I've done before, tell me, because of course I make the videos for you. Not only for me, partly for me, but also for you. So yeah, just tell me what you think, and I'll listen to your comments. So yeah, but thank you for watching.